All right. Imperium is gonna be joining the call. Imperium, there's just something going on with your the camera link, I think. So if you can get that fixed.
It's fine.
No, on my side, it's not showing actually.
Maybe delete the browser.
Alright guys, I don't know if you hear me well, tell me if everything is fine on your side. We are back now with some more action, and let me explain to you real what just happened. Currently in the place I'm living, on the island in Intermission, there's something going on which is also sort of a hurricane, alright? A tree fell on an electric cable and destroyed all the electricity in my village, so basically I was in full dark for about 20 minutes, 10 to 15 minutes, and then I found a solution. It's fixed for the moment. I hope it's gonna last a long time. And you know what? It's not gonna break us down. Not even a hurricane will take Imperium and myself away from casting this mobile Mayhem league. So you know what? We'll jump straight into the game. If you guys missed the first game, I'm really sorry about this. The thing that happened was Kings lost the first round 1-0 against Iconic, which is actually impressive. I would love to see that match.
It was I was spectating, but because we were trying to clear up a couple of things and get sorted and get prepared, I wasn't really keeping a full eye. But it was a dominating win by Iconic. To be fair, Kings made a little bit of a last-ditch attempt to try and gain control over it, but at the end of the day, Iconic really showed up strong in that game one. Look, you know yourself. Mother Nature is a bitch, and these things happen. Great adaptability by yourself, Flo, and like you said, it won't stop us bringing the mobile Mayhem action as we head into game two. Kings are going to have to stop their own hurricane in the form of Iconic if they're going to save this best of three.
And let's jump straight into the game right now. Between Iconic and Kings for the second game of the night, the second series of the night. We'll be kicking this off with this Search and Destroy on Meltdown. Iconic leading 1-0. That might be a great way to start up the game and to give some confidence to Iconic, because now we know that they need some we all know that. Let's just wait to see what's going on in this game. B-bomb is going down pretty easily by Iconic now. 40 seconds left on the clock for the enemy team to try to clutch this out. This is still a 5v5 and Pro make it a 5v3, 5 thanks to these double shots from the side of Iconic. And oh hell, it smells bad for King so far.
Yeah, really strong start once again from Iconic. They did plant the bomb before they taken down any of the side of Kings, which shows they're confident in this series. We've seen Jazz take down Inferno, but Nox did bounce back with the double kill. But time's ticking down. Angel gets shut down, and that is first round going over to Iconic, starting where they ended off in game 1 with the first point in this search and destroy game. Again, seem to be riding high off the back of what was a confident game 1 from them. Of course, you know, if you are controlling in this search and destroy game, especially in this map, I feel it really can lend to you having a very comfortable victory over your opponents.
What a shot from Angel, straight on the head glitch by Bills. He's going to try to get a follow-up, and now Kings is annihilating the enemy. Jazz, as the last player alive, will be shot down by Angel as well. And that's going to be back to a 1-1 situation between both teams. I actually enjoy the way they're all playing. They're playing aggressively in the side of Iconic. They're all pushing towards the bomb site all at once, moving as a group of a 5-man stack. And on the side of King, they're playing pretty defensive, which is obvious because they're on the CT side, but though they're playing as a group, they're moving smartly, and they're not trying to be too greedy on these picks, because we know Nox as a sniper is someone you need to be worried about. When now he's just holding the mid position, holding the mid angle. They spotted Jazz, almost got that quick scope across the entire map, wall jumping. But Bills will be the first one in this game taking a player down from the enemy team.
But Inferno does bounce back with the kill on Vat, so it's still a clean 4v4. I would say that maybe the mistake Iconic made in the last round is that they went for another B push, and, you know, Kings, being intelligent as they are as a team, recognized that and used it to their advantage. Grizz is going to take down Creed, but Cosmo is going to respond with a great clapback, a counter kill on to Grizz of Kings. So it is once again a 3v3. Cosmo still has the bomb in his hand, which is very important for the side of Iconic. Now, of course, in my eyes, I don't recommend them going for an A bomb side plan. So should they be able to get some form of information on the positioning of the Kings players, wrapping around like they are, Jazz leading the front line on that push, going to go for a B bomb side. But Angel on the side of Kings is somewhat aware of this. He perched himself on top of that area overlooking that B bomb site, and the other side where Kings are gonna try and hold on to it, but the bomb has been planted quite nicely by the side of Iconic.
Yeah, Nox managed to get the first frag. He's scoping for the second one. There's one sitting on top of the barrels, though. Is he going to expect him to go there? But Angel is going to cover his teammate, leaving Bills in a 1v2 now. He has the ACOG. Nox with another one, and that's going to be an easy defuse coming for the side of Kings, making it a second round in their pocket. And that's going to be now heading towards round number 4 of the Search and Destroy on Meltdown.
Like, I don't get why any of the members of Iconic's even, like, kind of peaked that area after they planted the bomb site, because, you know, all they needed to do was wait for Kings to move. Whereas because they peaked, it was a prime opportunity for Kings to clap back. You gotta respect that Iconic just a little bit more.
Yeah, oh, that managed to get that frag, and Angel is going to get pushed, and Grizz ends the round. Grizz actually did a super nice boost. We had Angel holding the line from stairs, and then Grizz pushed towards straight towards the ladder and managed to get 2 or 3 frags out of it. That was a really smart choice from him, a really great push, and that's going to be giving a third round to Kings as we are moving straight into the final round on the CT side and on the T side for Iconic, so they need to make up for it now. At least getting a second round will be giving them some more spots and place to play with to start on the other side of the map.
Angel shuts down Jazz. Bills and Vats comes in with a lovely juicy double kill to give the man advantage over to the side of Iconics. But Angel once again gets another kill on the Bills. Lovely sniper shot, then through the stairs takes down Cosmos. Oh, Angel, you're an angel in disguise for the side of Kings. 2v2. Sorry, 3v2 should I say, is Narcs Angels and Deja does an absolutely fantastic job of shutting down Iconic, but that, should I say, Creed actually comes in to take down Deja. And it's a 2 against 2.
2 against new to be playing now, Biff. There's going to be 2 snipers versus 2 guns, like SMGs, two SMGs actually, MP9 and a QQ9, sorry, and an RUS, and that's going to be funny to watch now as Nars is going to hold the line. He has the info about the sound. Creed is going to be the first victim, and that, as the last player standing, will be spotting both players sitting on top of the mid area. They have the info if they use their headset, and they know that that is sitting around the corner now, but he's going to be playing super passively. Oh my god, I'm choking on my words, my dude. Please take it away.
Like I don't get why, why they separated, to be honest. Iconic, when it was a 2v2, you gotta be able to stick together, and especially when he hung around the A bomb site on his own, but another kill comes out. It's a double kill by that, and it's a round going over to Iconic, ending the attacking side on a positive note, climbing back off the back of, like I said, was a bit of a mistake when it was down to a 2v2.
That was a great play from that, and he played that smartly, let's be honest. Like, he spotted that both of the enemy players were using a sniper, so basically not the best gun to use when you're into close quarter fights. And he was like, okay, they're both not picking at the same angle, so let's try to find some cover behind this turbine and get the first frag. Then he gets the follow-up. That was a great play. Bills holding the line, taking a friend down. Jazz is going to snipe Angel down as well. That's a 5v3 now for Iconic to play, and they are still in the TCs on the CT side. The bomb is by mid into Deja hands. He's sitting underpass. I think he's having a bit of lags right there. He's sitting, not even moving. No, he's back in the game now. 3v5 still, 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining on the clock. And let's see how Kings is going to come back from this position they're in now.
Kings are pinched. In my eyes, they're extremely pinched. Yeah, they're in between the 2 bomb sites, but okay, Deja's been able to get around it, but you're going out into the open. He's going to take down 1 player. Oh, just around. He's going to turn around. He got a second, but at the end of the day, Cosmo is going to clap back, getting kill onto himself. Has that been enough for Kings to do something in this area? Narcs, Grizz, on their own. The bomb is going to get picked up. That's a good start by Kings. But at the end of the day, it is still 2 against 3. 3 members of Iconic are pretty much all by that B side, because they know that, look, when they're down to a 2-man team, there's a higher chance they're going to look for a B bomb plant. But that's where Kings are making a bit of a risky play, but I recognize it. They instantly go for an A bomb plant, no messing about, because they know if they can put pressure time-wise onto Iconic, they can lead them into a bit of a trap.
Yeah, that was a bit ballsy, playing that and planting this moment in 2v3. They know they have been having a rough session, and Jazz will snap Grizz, living nice in 1v3. Nice.
Lovely.
Manages to get the first frag. He's now rotating around mid, but is he going to be flanked? I think he's being pushed by Jazz. He's not going to be focusing on that. That was a mistake from Narcs, giving a 3rd round to Iconic, and that was actually a great retake, and maybe a mistake. You might be wrong on that. I think taking at least a kill from Iconic and a player down from Iconic will be reducing that to a 2v2, and that will be even better for them to try to collect this round, as Nax managed to get 1 frag whilst he was holding the stairs line.
It was a great push by Kings going for the A bomb plant. I really like that, but after I planted it, instead of being in separate areas around the A bomb side area, they should have been together in my eyes. But either way, this next round is continuing on. Deja takes down Jazz. Creed is going to bounce back, taking down Grizz. So it's 4 against 4. That shuts down Angel. Iconic are playing so well in this game.
Nice, he's getting some hit markers. Bill's coming for the flank. Now, how's the info about Deja sitting right here? He's going to be sniping him down as well. Follow-up. That's going to be 4 rounds now for Iconic, taking the lead in the Search and Destroy. They're only 2 wins away from taking this to a 2-0 clean series against Kings. And that would be a great performance from them, actually. And I'm expecting them to pop even harder on now, because we do see Kings are having a lot of issues on this T side. They don't feel comfortable at all. Narx will be sitting by top mid holding the line. He knows he's not going to spurt anyone. Angel has the cover and he's going to switch from an Arctic to a Diorit. That is a smart move, because if that doesn't work with the gun, don't keep trying with that. Put yourself some recall and say, okay, I might be messing up the snipe, but I don't feel it right now. Let's use a gun and destroy the other team.
Great position by Narx to give a lot of information onto the rest of the team in terms of the whereabouts of the iconic players. The fact that Grizz got that first kill on the VAT really helped Kings cement the A bomb plant, and you can see he gets a kill onto Cosmo, but Jazz claps back. Yeah, the bomb is being planted, but it is still 2 against 2 iconic. They've got to be respected as Bills shuts down Deja, and just Angel's left on his side. He's going to go for the bomb defusal. He stops it in his tracks. He pulls out for the pistol, but Jazz, he needs to try and clap back. But Angel, like they said in previous rounds, the Angel in disguise for Kings gets the 4th round for his team.
That was a great play. He didn't even go for the first frag. Like I was saying in my mind, maybe he's just going to push, be greedy and go for that first frag and kill that guy defusing the bomb. But no, he tagged him saying, oh, I'm a threat. Don't you even dare defuse in front of me. So the guy left and quitted the defuse. And that was an easy round for them, because there was only 6 seconds remaining. Easy plan going on now for Kings, that they have an easy and a good control over the B bomb site. But now it's all about to be about how they can handle this cover of these B bomb with 37 seconds left. It's still a 5v5. Jais is trying to hit some snipes. VAT as well is going for that flank from mid. But Narx will be having a really... he's going to place it himself really back into the spawn, and that's a great choice, because you know he's going to get pushed by 3 different players, being pushed from the right side. Gets the snipe out of the sky. That's some bolt trap taking the chicken. Gets a hit marker on Jazz. Grizz to help him out with these finish up. He still has another one flanking. The bomb is being defused, but what another snipe from Narx. Giving a free round to Kings, and they are saying, okay guys, let's bring it to BR3.
Really good stuff by Kings. Plant that bomb straight away on the B side. Again, it kind of poses a couple of risks, because it's a 5v5 still at that point. But again, time was then constrained on the iconic and what they could do in that area. So now, as we get into this next round, the final round potentially for Kings, where they will take it to a game 3, or can iconic, off the back of what was a dominating Hardpoint victory, set the standard and tie it up in this game. Angel Inferno gets a double kill for the side of Kings. The bomb is going to be planted by Deja. This is really confident stuff from Kings. They know, again, they're like Singularity, their backs are against the wall. Angel Inferno is going to get another couple of kills, and Creed left in his own. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide, and time ticking down.
Time taking down, 20 seconds left in 1v5. It's barely impossible for him, and Angel will get the final no-scope to end this game. Back to 1-1, and everything will be played on this final match. Domination on Raids. OG map with a great mode on that. We've seen Social Neutral on Raid last time. Now it's going to be Domination, and you're going to see how hard it is to play on this just because of these rotations. But don't focus on the next one. I actually enjoyed that one, seeing that it was a super close one. I'm surprised by the way Iconic played, and oh god, that was an interesting fact. Oh, your camera is all glitchy now. What is that?
I don't know, man.
That is fixed. That is fixed. The design on your camera is incredible. Design on your camera was incredible, dude.
Is it okay?
Yeah, it is okay now.
Oh, cool. Yeah, that was a really good game by Kings. Again, they kind of course, they needed to win that game, to be fair. And they did show a lot of fight. Clearly, Angel stood out for me, along with Narx. Grizz obviously showed his own strengths, but Narx, I feel like, just kind of stood out a little bit more in how he opened some rounds up for his side and then turned it around in a lot of ways on a couple of other rounds. So really happy with how he played. For Iconic, they missed the mark. Whether it was too confident, whether it's just lackadaisical play, they just made one too many mistakes. And yeah, the loss came through. I'm happy on one hand that Kings did win that because of the fact that game one wasn't streamed, so we're able to see a bit of a truer sense of how the teams will play 2 games in a row, so to speak. But yeah, I definitely think Iconic could have done better in that game.
Yeah, maybe they didn't go as aggressive as they should have done when they were on the T side, but on the CT side,
Yeah,
I felt that there was a lot of hole in that defense. We've seen a lot of time that players were alone on the bomb side, not even a teammate to help them up or
yeah.
to even cover their back and trade the kills. That was a big mistake from them that costed them the entire game and the entire T side for Kings. They managed to do well. Kings were actually being dominated in the beginning by the other team, like on a mindset version. I'm saying I'm not talking about in-game score, but I'm talking about
Mm,
they lost the first game to Iconic on this Hardpoint, and that gave them a big kick in their mental for this game. But they didn't give up. They kept tryharding. They kept working and going for these bomb sites. The defense took about 1 or 2 rounds to be set it up perfectly, and then it worked pretty well for Kings. And
yeah.
now this win is logic according to the way both team plays in that search and destroy. But now everything will be going into the third map, the Domination on red, that will be ending the series between Kings and Iconic.
Bills, Jazz, and Cosmo, like especially Bills and Jazz in my eyes, 2 players who stand out, along with Cosmo, who has been really like rising up in a lot of ways, and for Iconic, I feel like 2021 Winter Cup for Mobile Mayhem is probably going to be his time to shine across the whole league, right? I don't know what it is, but just something says to me that Cosmo is going to really stand out across the board for his side and amongst all the players. So I could be wrong. I don't necessarily have a logic behind it. There's just something says to me Cosmo will be the player that we're going to be talking now for weeks to come up until the final set of games. But Iconic, they know what they can do. They've got to show up in a confident manner and kind of play with the reason the way they played in the first Hardpoint game. And I can easily see them trampling Kings in this final game of this series.
Yeah, the thing I'm going to take a look at in the third game is the way that both teams are going to be controlling this B flag. We all know that's an obvious stuff. B flag is going to be super important, but even more on head raid, because according to me, that's one of the hardest maps to control in Hardpoint, on in Domination.
True.
And hear me right, when you're on raid, if you see it on top red or on laundry, you have a good sight on the Hardpoint, and even if you come from mid, from double stairs, you can see the Hardpoint through the pillars and between pillars.
Yeah.
So that's going to be all about controlling the spawns. If they get C under the control and they capture B, they manage to capture B, and to set players up towards, let's say, top laundry, mid, double stairs, easy map control, easy spawn trap being set up, and that's basically going to be over.
So would you it's something we kind of see. Sometimes a team will look to have their A point or C point respectfully locked in place straight away, or they'll only have like 1-2 players on that initial hard point and send the other 3 out further. What would you do if you were playing or if you were leading a team? Would you have more players commit to that initial hard point so that once it's locked in, you can kind of focus on the B point and setting yourself up to gain control of it?
Yeah, the point I'll say to my players will be focus on the home flag, get it as soon as possible, so everyone is ready to fight after that for the B1. And
that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, and if they focus on B, the thing is, according to me, they shouldn't go for B at first. Like they should get go with the Slayers, get some frags done, try to push into the enemy spawn so you can sort of lock them in just before. You have 1 player or 2 avoiding them from pushing. Like I told you, they can come. Imagine if they're spawning on C, they can come from top, from laundry. So I will need someone to sit in laundry. I will need someone to cover mid. sitting in the mid corner so I don't get shot from pillars at top, and then it's an easy B cap. But the thing is, if they spawn on A, they need to control raid, they need to control ramp, they need to control Z, they need to control a lot of stuff. So I might say get the kills on at the beginning, and then when you feel it's safe, when you do the -3 on a -4, just head towards these B and get that under your control.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. Really, really looking forward to see who will utilize their strats in the best way. Teamwork and comms is so important, in my opinion, when it comes to domination mode, because unlike Hardpoint, the points don't change, right? You're not necessarily chasing around for different points. You know that they're in a certain area. So I really feel like team formation and having that communication locked in place so that the right players are sent out in the right way. Even though you have to adapt, of course, but I do think that there is a stronger reassurance of strategy in domination compared to, let's say, Hardpoint.
Okay, so now the only thing that is taking us away from starting this game is waiting for the players to send screenshots and stuff. So the problem is, if you guys are not aware of that, and we need to explain that to you, the screenshot rules. If you're on the winning team, if you basically, let's talk about the match we've been casting, because the other one was actually off stream. The match on this Search and Destroy, Kings won against Iconic, so that means that if one player from Kings is not able to send a screenshot, they were on the winning team, that's basically a map DQ. If Iconic are failing to send a screenshot, and as they are on the losing team, they get a warn, and next time the player gets kicked out of the series. But when imagine if Kings are missing a player, screenshots from a player, and Iconic are missing as well, that's basically a rematch. And the problem is right now, we are waiting for Iconic screenshot because there's some issues going on with the other players one, and there might be a DQ going on for some team. But you know what? We're not going to spoil anything because we don't have any further information about that. So we're just going to talk about a few stuff, and let's see if that's working out for us, if we are ending this on a 2-0, or if we're still going for this third map domination on red. I'd actually love to see how they do play together. And Angel, you were talking about him for the last game. He basically popped off. I'm a bit sad that I didn't see how he performed during this first Hardpoint on Acne Yard. But now the problem is on Iconic side. We've seen that Kursmer is the one that you wanted to see shine, rise and shine tonight.
I feel will.
Yeah, he haven't been doing that much so far, but I'm pretty confident. If he's in a team like Iconic, that means he has some great potential, and I'm looking forward to it.
Definitely, and I also think it's a sometimes people will go think, and I'm sure I've touched upon it before, and I'll probably touch upon it again. But some people will go, the scene isn't necessarily evolving or teams aren't getting better. Like at the end of the day, at the end of the day, Kings were the European champs of stage 4, right? Last year. And yes, teams challenged them, but at the end of the day, they still came out on top. Whereas for now, you fast forward a couple of months, and they're constantly being tested because the standard has risen across the board. More teams are getting better, therefore more competition is higher, and there's just this snowball of improvement across the region. And of course, I always say that getting to the top is one thing, but maintaining being on top is another. So for Kings, they can't rest on the fact that they won stage 4 months ago, which I'm sure they're not. But just in case they can't do that. They've got to look at every single series now, in my opinion. They've kind of got to look at every single game as if it is the final game of the stage 4 champs, or it's the final game of stage 4 champs 2021, right? They really have to look at it, because they can't think, okay, this is just a mobile mayhem, this is just This is just that, because they're going to get caught out more often if they do.
Yeah, and even if they won the stage 4, as you mentioned, the real problem will be stage 4 is another tournament with other rules, and now we do see Kings playing on our rule set, which is a mix between champ rules and like ranked rules and cream rules. 250 hard point is not what you see in ranked. You see 150. That's what we used to be doing during the last seasons of Mobile Mayhem. And then now it's going to be 250 hard point. Domination will be as well 200 points. I'm a bit excited, and on another side, I'm a bit frustrated because I really miss these days where we were seeing these games in scrim rules, but seeing that it's still a mix, sometimes it ruins the fun of the game. Hear me right, I'm not criticizing at all the way the tournament is run by. I'm not criticizing Mobile Mayhem at all. I'm just speaking about in-game content. We do see that players are...
Go for it.
When it's 150 points, usually we do see a lot of action every time in the game. They always go for these hard point. They always rush. They always go for the straight because they know they don't have that much time left in the party and in the game, and the game is not gonna last too long. But when it's 250, we do have sometimes some blank parts of these games where they are just rotating. They know that okay, we have decent leads. Let's play. Like we have to get to 250, guys. Chill. We have time, and maybe these teams are not prepared yet for these, or they are just like in the old mindset from the old season we've been hosting, and like, okay, no, it's not 150, it's 250. We've seen that in the first game we've casted today when we saw the game between Singularity and GRA. Like when they reach about 150 to 180 points, they were like, okay, we just reached the 150 points mark. Now we're comfortable. We have a pretty decent lead against the other team. Let's try to play around and see how they react. And this is what gave the occasion to GRA to sort of try a comeback in the end of the game. This is what I'm trying to explain.
Fair. That's fair. For me, I would argue the opposite in the sense of I think 250 is overall better because and I do think that the teams are adapting pretty well to it across board. Is it that you kind of think that teams are running out of steam too early, that they're not focusing for long enough in Hardpoint, or like you said, it's just that they're automatically maybe applying the previous rules or their previous totals required to their current game?
Yeah, and now the thing is, we're just waiting for some update from staff. Everything that is happening right now, guys, is live. As you guys can notice, there's a lot of wind going outside. I don't know if you guys can hear it in the background, but that's actually incredible. Let's see if I survive this. I'm gonna survive this cast. I'm gonna survive Mobile Mayhem. I can tell. I'm gonna survive COVID. I will survive everything during 2021. And sad. I have a sad announcement to do for you all. Maxman won't be there for about 2 weeks. He won't be the co-caster for about 2 weeks because he has some special stuff running on in his casting career that he can't really discuss during the stream. But you know what, guys? We'll be finding and we'll be having someone else casting with us. Maybe it's gonna be Owen, if you guys know me under the name of Ammo.
Wait, did you say Maxman? Did you say Maxman?
Owen. IMO. Owen.
No, but before.
You're
saying Maxman isn't going to be available. No, you said Maxman.
I said Maxman. Oh yeah, that's just because it's my favorite co-caster.
To be fair, that's to be fair. Yeah, both myself and Maxman aren't going to be available for next, like, I think 3 or 4 broadcasts, just because we got something really special that we're being a part of that will be announced later on, from our own personal point of view. But I'm definitely going to be sad about missing the next 4 or so broadcasts, but I definitely will be keeping an eye on how the teams are doing and what kind of results are coming on through. You know. So yeah, we're just waiting on. There seems to be a little bit of a dispute or something like that, in the sense of what's happening, and we're just waiting on a little bit of an official confirmation on the situation at hand.
All right, B, if you can read in the staff chat, do you confirm what I just said? so I can explain to everyone what's happening. I think we got it right, but I think this is what is gonna end like. So can you confirm it to me? Is that the ending of that game? Are we not seeing another one? Is that gonna be a DQ for one of these teams? And if yes, can I explain to everyone? Guys, just for you to know, a DQ is not a ban from the tournament. It's just like the rules haven't been respected for a game, so that's just a map being given to the other team. Okay.
Cool.
Let's explain. That's going to be a 2-0 for Iconic for the following reasons. We talked about the screenshot that have to be sent to prove that it's only a full phone season this time. So season 4 is only hosted on mobile. And to avoid people playing on iPads and people complaining about, hey, the enemy was playing on iPad, he was too good playing on phone. All these sort of kid stuff. They were like, okay, now we'll be asking for screenshot. All the EU tournaments that are running on phone are doing this just for safety reasons and just to make sure they're credible. So, Iconic managed to provide every screenshot for the game. Kings failed on providing some of them that were necessary and mandatory. So the problem is now that's going to end in the DQ for the map we've just seen. The search initial will be given to Iconic, making this a 2-0 series in favor of Iconic. But I don't think that is going to hurt Kings that much, because we know it's only the first day of Mobile Mayhem Season 4 Winter Cup 2021. They still have a lot of series coming on in the next few weeks. I know it's gonna hurt them that much, and they will be popping off and just taking the revenge on next Tuesday. But the thing is, now we are able to go on a short break just so you guys can be prepared for the next game that will be happening. And the next game is just going to be Aphelion versus Saints. I'm just waiting for the next match to be uploaded, and we'll go straight in a break. We'll see you guys in a few minutes.
there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days I'm not myself, there's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared are in the past. And I know your relationships are never meant to last. It might take some time, but I'll be alright. I'm moving on, I'm moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm moving on, I'm moving on. Moving on, moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm moving on, I'm moving on. Some days there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Some days I'm not myself, there's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared are in the past. And I know your relationships are never meant to last. It might take some time, but I'll be alright. I'm moving on, I'm moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. I'm moving on, I'm moving on.
Yeah, I'm broken, the door is closing. Wanna be a part of something more than this. I've lost control of it. Oh, seeing the stars reminds me of you. Oh, oh, oh. You left me with scars, but I know that one day you'll see it through. 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 We're gonna live forever, forever. The afterlife. We're gonna live forever, forever. The afterlife. Talking to myself and I can't focus. Yeah, I'm broken, the door is closing. Wanna be a part of something more than this. I've lost control of it. Oh, seeing the stars reminds me of you. Oh, oh, oh. You left me with scars, but I know that one day you'll see it through. You'll see it through. You'll see it through. Hey. You'll see it through. You'll see it through. We gonna live forever, forever. The afterlife. We gonna live forever, forever. The afterlife.
Hey guys, now we are back for this third series of the night. But you know what? Just before we start, we're gonna show you the map bans, the weapon bans for this game between Aphelion and Sinks. Let's jump straight into this new scene and this new design, just so you guys can take a look at everything. I'm just waiting for that to be switched, and here we go. Draft BA3. It has to be shown. I hope it will be shown. Oh, here's why. Here are the gun, the map picks, and the weapon bans. So, on the Aphelion side, weapon ban was Chopper, and the map that was banned was Hardpoint on Scrapyards. And on the side of Kings, Sing decided to map Search and Destroy Meltdown and the ASM-10. So basically, no Chopper, no ASM-10 during these games. First map will be Hardpoint on Crash, the second one, Search and Destroy on Standoff, and the third, Domination on Agniad. If we get into a third Imperium, and what do you think about it? Do you want to see a third game?
On one hand, I do, because who doesn't love a Game 3 series, or but on another note, I also just want to see a team come out and absolutely crush the other team. I know that both teams are quite strong. I already kind of talked about it at the start of the broadcast. This is kind of the game that I'm most looking forward to for the evening. Aphelion, they have a lot of support. They've also shown a lot of support in my eyes, and that, it's easy to get behind them in that regard. And then for Sinks, they've come in from the qualification series. They marked their spot on Tuesday's games. So on that regard, they're coming into this as somewhat the underdogs with a lot to prove.
Yeah, and now moving straight into this game number one, Aphelion fighting against Sinks. Search and a Hardpoint, on Crash. We're gonna see another one. That's the second time for tonight that we'll be seeing Hardpoint and being hosted on this Crash map. Now is gonna be between Sinks and Aphelion. They will go for this first Hardpoint. On the other side, we do see Ghoul that will be playing around with his ACOG Arctic. Ramon almost gets the frag on Saturn. He's being super low HP, and that's going to be Death being the OBJ player on the side of Aphelion. Okay. Uranus is pushing in. Death's managed to get that frag. Saturn is going to be killed. And a pretty good start for Aphelion so far.
Yeah, it's really benefited by the fact that iBot is on top of that kind of building, overlooking the current hardpoint. He's been able to stop members of the Sync side, pushing in. And even though, a few points has been taken by Syncs in this current hardpoint, again, a good start by Aphelion. Nothing super crazy. And let's see kind of what happens as it goes on. It's only the first hardpoint. There's a long way to go. Goal comes in, gets a kill on Uranus. Ramon comes in and gets a clap back coming on through. And with the next hardpoint spawning up, seems like, although just as I say that two players of Sinks goes down, it seemed like they were looking to try and set up for the next hardpoint a little bit better, but it is going over in the favor of Aphelion.
They are indeed, and the fact that Radgox from 16 sitting on top of the hardpoint right now is a great position if I'm in, because he will avoid anyone sitting on top of the roof, but the fact that he's using DRH and being a bit too greedy from mid is going to get a few hit markers, taking Ghoul pretty much low HP. Ghoul won't be taking him down, and that's now retaking him from Sinks with the minor 3 happening really well on this hill. Jim, another guy that was taking low HP Barakos, but they need to shoot him down. That's the bigger threat for for right now so far. He's going to be taking finally dead for
Lovely.
Jim with the retake and the trade straight up into his head. He's going to be holding the line now on the side. Hit marker, straight to Radic, gets the follow-up. And now we do see a pretty decent lead happening on the side of Aphelion.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Again, like, you know, like I kind of expected it was overall going to be a close matchup across the board. There's still 5 seconds left until this next hardpoint spawns up. The side of Aphelion are now going to look to try and make their way towards that area. It's a great push coming out between Jim and Depths together. Goals currently on 8 kills, along with Jim also on 8 kills. And Aphelion look like a well-rounded team as of right now in this game.
Yeah, they're controlling this hill pretty well. They have the sponge ready as well. They're just camping that. Uranus is trying to camp from the side and trying to get that flank. But Ghoul was sitting behind the red card. Jim with another frag will be finally traded. But Raymond, they're trying to push in through mid and through their smokes. But the points on the side of Aphelion are just flying away and taking off. It seems like nothing can stop them from that. Ragox, finally gets a double and a clean double kill right here. Pushing straight into the side is going to be hit market, but iBot as a Robin Hood will shoot him down with the explosive arrow. And now, even if that's a retake, there's only a few points remaining on this one, and they really need to focus on the next one that is controlled, and the spoon are being held by Aphelion.
Yeah, definitely Sinks are falling behind in the sense of they're reactive rather than proactive. You know, Ramen is definitely doing some work in terms of on top of that building, but what real benefit to his side, right? They're behind by over 70 points. They need to think about these hard points. Yeah, they might be denying Aphelion from maybe grabbing those hard points, but they're not really benefiting their own team from really extracting as many points to those hard points as they need. With 30 seconds left on the clock, they do have a little bit of a control in that area. Radic and Ramon doing great work to get a couple of kills, but Depths is going to follow on up with a lovely grenade to get one of the kills. Lovely by Ramon. Turning around, taking down Depths, helping them to get really the majority of this hard point in their control. And yeah, they're still 50 points behind, but this is good. This is good from the side of Sinks.
Yeah, they're doing great. Even if we might need some players to wake up right now, as Radic is doing a decent job, but the Hypnos is trying to run around with the M1216, which is not the best choice to use and the best shotgun to use right now when it's a map like this as wide and as big as Crash. A lot of have those fights, a long range fight as well, and you won't be doing anything with a shotgun, my dude, so you might be switching to another gun now. He's pulling out the annihilator, missing a few bullets, but he will need to go for that retake on the flag, and that's going to happen thanks to Uranus. They're now holding it. They might be able to at least reach 80 or 90 points thanks to the Hardpoint if they hold it for almost the entire time. The RPG from Rygox will take the enemy sniper Jim down. And I actually enjoy the way that the game is turning around for the favor of Sinks, because they're not giving up at all on their dream. They're still fighting again, but Ramon is going to be killed by a car explosion that was totally random, and karma is happening and taking place in this fight between Aphelion and Sinks.
And Ragox is really leading the way for his side. Uranus is also doing a fantastic job in bringing 12 kills for now. Next hardpoint is about to start up in the next couple of seconds. The shotgun blast is going to get traded up. Radic following on suit. Great job by him to provide that level of support. He's going to grab another kill as well. Prones his way down. Is going to be on a sliver of health. But Ghoul on top of that building shuts him down. And now that hopefully leaves Aphelion in a bit of a position where they have Ghoul on top of that building, overlooking all of the members of Sinks. But up the stairs are going to go. It's going to be a push for Ghoul. He's just going to try and suppress the players. He's going to get shut down by Uranus. But it is, of course, leading, hopefully, Aphelion to start racking up those hard points if they're able to take control of it.
They need, at least. They are trying, and we can notice that on the way they're just rotating around. But the thing is now, the enemies are taking control of the roof from the hotel area, and they're being pushed by Ghoul. Ghoul is a bloodthirsty. We'll try to give that push, deny these guys camping from the top. He's going to be climbing up the ladder, but Uranus is waiting for him. And what a show that was from Uranus, being shot down by Ibot. That was a good cover coming from his teammate, allowing Aphelion to set themselves up for this hill. Now he's going to be pushed by the left side. Uranus is going to be the first Toby's victim. Radic maybe with a follow-up. Oh, he's trying to get him down, but he knows he's going to get pushed by everywhere. Also getting pushed by Ramon. Ramon finally ending Toby's streak, but the points on the side of Aphelion are just flying right now. 150 mark has been reached, and they don't have to surrender on what they're doing. Ramon cleared the entire area with these gravity spikes, and they really need to keep focusing on this next hill in this rotation, because as we see, only 20 seconds remaining on this hill, and there's only one player that just got killed, and now they lost control of their spawns.
Yeah, but I would say that at the end of the day, above all, it's been a real great clapback by Sinks. I think what they've changed from the start of this game compared to the middle part, where they're now only like 30 points behind, is that they're playing a lot more as a team. We've seen like Rygox and Radic team up. We've seen Ramon and Radic team up. Uranus has also been providing a strong level of support while being on the front line when needed. And together, they've really helped clap this game back in their favor. Now, Ibot is on top of this building, overlooking the Hardpoint. He's going to take the shots on the Radic. Realizes that he flips up a couple of those. He's going to see one of them go up the stairs. He's going to jump down, but Radic responds fantastically to get that shutdown on the Ibot.
Oh, Ryko sitting by the trash can now, will be shooting down Ghoul. He tries to go for the wallbang, but Jim's sitting on top of him. Saturn's also, and Jim will be taking him down with that snipe. Almost gets the follow-up, but the points are getting closer and closer now as he's moving into the hill. He knows he's getting pushed from behind by Uranus, missing the bullets, and Ramon is incredible in these straight. Like, he's coming every time from nowhere and destroying everyone on the map. That's actually an impressive job and work coming from the side of Sinks right now.
Yeah, he's on 24 kills. It speaks for herself at the end of the day. Last couple of seconds for this hard point. Ramon has the Goliath at the perfect time for his side. Very well calculated. I've talked in the past about the timing of when you pull these moves off, of when you do look to execute the power plays. And Ramon, perfect timing. This hard point is in full control of the side of Sinks, and they're going to get closer. They're going to overtake the lead, and I don't think Aphelion has any kind of real answer, as indeed they take the lead for the first time in this game.
I'm super surprised by what Sinks are proposing us tonight. The fact that the guy is helping them to hold this hard point should be telling their teammate, like, hey guys, I've got it. I literally have a mecha and I'm into robot. Don't focus on this hill, just go for next, because on the other side, we do see them setting up already on top of this hill. Jim is just annihilating everyone. It's switched from a sniper to DRH, playing it more safe. And they should be in a 4v5. Ramon might be killing himself, and yes, he will. Taking that aside to spawn closer or to avoid him from running too slowly for this rotation. 200 points has been reached on the side of Saints, and that's not over now, because we do see a really great control over this last hard point on top of the A flag. Satsons will be taking Ragos. Ramon is pushing through. He has a shock RC. He might need to use it right now, but he's going to push through the stairs. Here we go. He knows there's another one by there. Shark RC has been used. Ibot will dodge it, but take him just before. The timing was perfect coming from him. Hypnose won't be able to take anyone down from Aphelion, down from that hard point, and that's going to be super hard for them to get closer to that. The time is running out. Jim flanking from the side, and actually we might see it going back to a tie between both teams. Imperium.
Yeah, and you made a really good point, Flo. When the Goliath was unlocked and used by Sinks in a very fantastic time, it seemed like, you know, the rest of Sinks team didn't set up for that next hard point, and that's kind of undone a lot of the work they did at that time, where now they're behind. So, you know, maybe call it lack of experience, maybe call it overconfidence, I don't know, but a very big missed opportunity for Sinks to really dig their heels in and continue to control in this game, as a side of Ophidian are going to be only 20 points or so away from taking this lead as Depths comes in strong, gets a kill along with Ibot, and that is going to be the last 30 seconds of this hard point. Ophidian less than 10 points away from closing out this game one. There's nothing more that Sinks can do. They got close, but at the end of the day, the experienced Ophidian, the determined Ophidian, close out this game one.
The fact that they managed, they were having a lead of 30 points, and then Ophidian woke up. This entire control for the top area gave them the round. Actually, they won this round thanks to this last hardpoint control, and the fact that he's sitting in the pillar, everyone was set it up towards hotel, towards yellow, towards top bar. That gave them a lot of space to play with on the side of Ophidian. The crossfires were ready, were set it up, and that was deadly for them. Unfortunately for Sinks, I did have some hope for them when I was saying the fact that they were reacting to their enemy's playstyle, but that's the GG's for Ophidian taking this first game in the favor. That's now 1-0 lead coming from their side, and everything will be played now. Last chance for Saints to win a game and to win this series is to take this win on the Search and Destroy, and I can't really remember the map. Am I stupid?
It is going to be a standoff for Search and Destroy game 2 between these two teams. You know, for Sinks, definitely probably the kind of... It was just... I don't know whether I call it lack of experience and that's kind of sugarcoating it, or whether it's just like a straight out mistake at that moment where they done a great job of crawling their way back. Remember, at one point, at around the 150 point mark, I think 150, 200 point mark for Ophidian, they were like 70 points ahead or so. So, in credit to Sinks, they bounced back hard, but there's no point in bouncing back if you can't close it out, right? There's no point in baking a cake if you coat it in the wrong ingredient, or you coat it in crap, right? In that sense, like, so you know, for Sinks, you got to realize, look, you know, you can't slip up in that regard after such a great fight back. You know, it was the perfect opportunity to hold on to that control by setting up on that next hard point after it was a great Goliath control. But then again, Ophidian took that chance. They got given an inch and they made it a mile, and they closed out that win in a very strong fashion.
Yeah, they closed it that way, and now, as we are just gonna step into the Search and Destroy, the fact that this Search and Destroy is actually enjoyable because I love this mode more than any other ones, but it's on standoff, dude. It's on standoff between Ophidian and Sinks. We've seen, if you remember, I said about these teams, because Sinks is one of the teams that went through the qualifiers and won the grand finals of the qualifiers. So I said about G8, pay attention, in Search and Destroy, that's not going to be the same team. We'll be seeing fighting. We'll be seeing fight, sorry. And I might say the same for Sinks. They have potential. I know they can do that. I know that they fought pretty damn hard against Ophidian. And now, in this Search and Destroy, it might be a close match. And remember these words.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry, I was just reading a little bit of chat there. When we're talking about kind of Search and Destroy that's coming up, I've no doubt that Sinks are going to give it everything to, because when you even looked at that first Hardpoint game, there's a lot of clean trades by Sinks, like a lot of clean trades. We talked about, like, you know, Ramen, Radix, and Ragox, along with Uranus. They all stepped up, you know, and they all were really testing the players of Ophidian in a strong manner. Even when they were 70 points behind, they were still, you know, not afraid to trade out. And in Search and Destroy, where you do see, you know, more often kind of 1v1s and 2v1s, and it's a little bit more of a, not necessarily slower pace, but just less distracted pace, I would say. That could allow Sinks to bounce back in a strong way.
Yeah, there's something I want to ask you guys, viewers, in the chat. Can you guys tell me what is your favorite search and destroy map to play on? If that's standoff, you definitely have to stick around for this next game. Basically, I said it, this is standoff, actually, so I might enjoy that game a lot.
Yeah.
And now, as we're just waiting for the players to provide screenshots, all and to respect the rules and stuff, I want to see these statistics. I want to see your pronostics as well, from the viewer point of view and from a casting point of view. Looking at what they did, you know what? Ladies first, Imperium, give me your opinion.
I'm offended. How dare you see my gender?
Are you offended to be considered as a woman? Really? Is that what you're saying?
No, no. I'm offended that you assumed my gender. If I choose to identify as a woman, that is my decision to make at my time. How dare you? How dare?
I'm sorry.
Like, you know. How dare you? How dare you? I know, man. Like, I'm just like, this was the series that I was most looking forward to for a reason. I have to give it to Aphelion for game 2. Overall, I just think with their kind of experience and led by a player like Jim, as an example, who was popping off in that Hardpoint game. No, man, I just think they'll have something else in their back pocket and ready to use should they need to against Sinks. But I also love being proven wrong, and I've talked about Sinks already and how much I do love the way they play and how really they have a hell of a lot of potential.
Yeah, and actually you're used to be proved wrong. Like, you thought I was toxic at first because I was French, but I proved you wrong because I've even more toxic than what you thought. So I love to say you're wrong during that game, saying your pronostics are bad. So I'm gonna go for the other team just so I can at least win something in my life.
Fair. It's fair. I'll give that to you. I'll give that to you. We are just kind of waiting for information with regards to getting into this next match. As you've already highlighted and talked about, every team and player has to supply a screenshot before and after each game to prove that they're using phone, because this is a phones only tournament. And it's the only way we can unfortunately prove it is by getting the screenshots before and after the game. I do wish, on a side note, this is a bit of a, not a bit of a tangent, but I do wish that, and it's the same with other games like PUBG Mobile that I cast. I do wish that they would like make available an anti-cheat system for the public to use, right? Because, you know, it would help, obviously, you know, tournament organizers in the community, and two, it would help prepare players and teams for, you know, bigger tournaments where they do use anti-cheat systems. It's always made me wonder why they don't make some form of anti-cheat system available for the public to use. You know, so it kind of grinds my gears in that regard.
Now I think the game might be ready to go soon. Let's see. We want to see that such a short end of the second happening. We do apologize, my dudes, if the waiting time is long, but we are increasing the suspense for these games, just building the hype up for you guys to be excited for these games. Hope you guys enjoy these new quality. I don't know if you guys noticed, but back in the days, the screen weren't as good, and the gaming scene wasn't as good as now, just because now we're using a high quality system. So, hope you guys enjoy the fact that you can actually read the player's name and see the letters being written on the screen. We're just gonna jump straight into the other game when we get the go from the staff team.
Oh, yeah.
And who won between Kings and Iconic? Iconic 2-1, 2-0 versus Kings because of rules and stuff.
On the side note, how have you been finding the emulator to observe? How have you been getting used to it okay compared to the iPad?
Yeah, I've been used to it just because I understood the fact of you can the keybind mapping, like the key mapping is
Okay.
actually great on that, and it doesn't require a
Yeah.
lot of resources from your PC, so it might be a good solution if you guys are starting a casting career or you want to show some gameplay or to cast with some
Definitely.
friends. Definitely jump into an
Definitely.
emulator if you have a good PC that follows these sort of stuff. You can go into the emulator, you can spec from there. If you guys see on the screen, there's currently, I know you can't see this scene, but I'll show you in game. You can see the mouse and stuff, so you're basically on PC, and that's 1080p, so it's not stretched as if we were casting on an iPad or an iPhone, so we don't have to stretch it to fulfill the entire screen. 1080p 60 FPS might be a great quality for you guys to enjoy. Tell me if you enjoy that one, though. I want to get some feedbacks on that, and the staff wants to get some too. But the game is ready to go. Anissa, everyone, you guys can start the game, and we can kick things off with game number 2 between Aphelion and Sinks on the Session Destroy Standoff Imperium.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a hell of a. It's gonna be a hell of a. Yeah, it's just gonna be a hell of a game. Like it's. Sometimes there's only so much you can kind of hype up a series. At the end of the day, this is the first night of the Mobile Mayhem Winter League, right? You know, so there's a long way to go. There's a hell of a lot more days, hell of a lot more games, etc., etc. But I would say, you know, sometimes you can start as you means to go on, right? So you kind of want to start on a strong footing so that you're able to build up on that confidence and you're able to kind of, you know, use that in a solid way. But if you do lose, it's really not the end of the world. There's plenty more days, plenty more games to go. And it seems like the first one or the second one of this series is indeed underway with the side of Sinks on the attacking side for the first 5 points.
Yeah, and now Sinks will try to get towards this bomb side, but unfortunately this net will catch Ragox away from this round. That's now a 4v5, and Jim with the follow-up showing into Napas trying to jump on the blue van. They're not pushing, actually pushing, taking the infos, pushing a bit further into the enemy spawn by controlling the entire stadium area. Maybe the boxes if they want to, and yes they do. Hybot sitting on top of the stadium, trying to see if they try to flank around or go back. He gave the info to his teammate that they're all sitting behind back cranny because they heard these shooting. But now it's all going to be about how do Sinks play this round. Well, they know they're down 2 players. That's going to be hard for them to grab some picks, even if they know that stuff is happening. They're throwing the smokes in, throwing the utilities. And we just need them to do some stuff and pick some frags, otherwise it's going to be super hard for them to come into a boom site.
If things are going to be passive, not just as the attacking side, but even as the defending side, they need to shut down a player like Jim, because even in Hardpoint, he was popping off on that sniper. And in Search and Destroy, which is obviously a little bit calmer, you're able to be a bit more accurate on those snipes. They can't let Jim do that to him in my eyes. Ibot coming in with another double kill, and that's going to be the last player going down from the side of Sinks. A flat Sinks at the end of the day. I understand the kind of, you know, trying to gather information, but when you're down 2 players and you're the final 3, I don't know, man, sometimes it's worth taking a bit of risk and maybe planting that bomb, you know, when it's not expected, you know. But either way, definitely a flat Sink side for this game 1. But let's see how they can bounce back. At the end of the day, it's going to be another triple kill going over for the side of Aphelion in this second round. It's just 1 player left up now. Uranus goes down, and Aphelion showing their dominance as a defending side in the first couple of rounds. They're not hanging about, right? In my eyes, Aphelion are the ones that are probably playing as if they're the attacking side. They're going in with vigor. They're not letting Sinks, you know, they're not letting Sinks in any way move forward, so to speak.
No, they're playing aggressively. We've seen that the duo Jim and Bo are deadly on the A-bomb side, but now, as we are finally seen Sinks committing into the bomb side, the bomb is going down, the utilities are being thrown everywhere, and if they don't put a trophy down, this nade might be deadly if they do that well. He's holding the line by a square. Raman will finally take a player down. That's the first time that Sinks have an advantage over Aphelion in this game, but now Jim has been taken down almost taken down, being super low HP, half HP now, holding his life back up. Saturn's pushing by the barrel. We'll be finding one.
Lovely.
Ramon with the follow-up though. Jim sitting by the broken wall. There's going to be Ragox just flanking him. But Jim, wow, what a turnaround that was on Ragox here. Jim, you need to be scared about Jim. Jim's gonna pick one by the egg glitch. But with another kill, that's with the ending. And that's going to be 3 rounds in a row. And that was the best round so far from Sing because they managed to get control over the A bomb site pretty early. But the ending of that wasn't good enough.
Man, I told you, Jim. He's an animal. Jim is cracked. Honestly, he's cracked. He's a force to be reckoned with. I said Sinks need to somewhat shut him down. I know. Again, it's not always an individual player makes a team absolutely amazing, but if you can be that threat, it can really help your side create that balance. Jim is going to be put under a little bit of pressure all the while. We have seen this side of Sinks bounce in a bit of a strong way, but Roman and Rago's going to be left standing. Jim gets shut down, dancing around, and Ghoul is left on his own. I was just going to say, what did help was that they didn't have the bomb, but now that they do, Ramon shuts down Grizz, and that is the side of Sink grabbing their first. Sorry, not Grizz, I mean Ghoul grabbing their first point.
Yeah, and we've seen Jim being super aggressive. He pushed towards back alley, even put through back alley, managed to get out the bottom and then get into kitchen, but the flank was well expected by Ramon. That sniped 3 players down during this round. Ragox is going to capture Abbott like a Pokemon with that nade across the entire map, reducing the enemy roster to 4 players alive. Saturns will be again sitting by the back alley, throwing that nades for Garden. Won't find anyone, unfortunately, and now Jim is trying to find some frags as he's sitting by CD Tank. It's going to be hard for him. If he goes for the wallbang right now, dude, trust me, Jim. Shoot in 3, 2, 1 and you just get the kill. But no, you rotate it over. Everything will be played in the next minute and 20 seconds remaining. He's potted the players sitting in a spare now. They're all playing super. I'm actually a bit frustrated because I wanted to see some big rush coming from the side of Sink, but they're playing super passively right now.
Yeah, but it seems a little bit more, what's the right word? Purposeful, right? It seems like you're not playing passive for the sake of playing passive. It kind of looks like they're playing passive because they have a bit of a plan around it. Now, getting the first kill on the iBot, yeah, I feel like they could have planted the bomb a bit quicker off the back of that, but I also understand that they're kind of respectful of the fact that there's still 4 Aphelion players, notably iBot and Jim left standing, but Uranus is going to shut Jim down, peeks around the corner, doing what we always say, checks your corners. And that's going to be Radox taking down Depths, and that's going to allow that bomb plant to come on through, because at the end of the day, Aphelion are down to 2 players.
And that's only going to be Ghoul left alive now in 1v3. He has the sniper in hand. He's totally capable of doing this, but the thing is, the enemies have finally set it up towards the A bomb site. It's going to be hard for them to even get close to that. The RPG and the jump shot RPG was a good try, though. I have to give it to you, my dude. Oh my god. The first shot on that pulse is pushing aggressively. And if he's not checking the corner, he's missing the bullet. That was unfortunate. He expected him to be sitting in there. But that's going to be 2 rounds now for Sinks, 3 for Aphelion. And it's time to switch these sides. Aphelion now into the T side. I don't think it's going to change their way of playing that much because they were super aggressive already on the other side of the map.
Yeah. For Sinks, to be fair, are well-deserved 2 rounds as a defending side. I will point that out. But now it's up to them to do something to stop Aphelion dead in their tracks. They're a point behind. Of course, they have to win this one if they're going to take it to a Game 3 series, to be fair. But Aphelion can't presume they're going to win this at all. They have to respect the power that Sinks do have as a team. You saw in the Hardpoint game, the Sinks are not afraid to counter frag and really counter push their opponents. Consider how close they did get at 1 point. So Jim, I think, was having some connection issues as well. On a side note, he's connected back in. iBot opened things up, getting a kill on the pals, and that might allow the side of Aphelion to start looking for that bomb plant coming on through. Ragos takes down iBot is going to be countered up by Saturn's. Jim takes down Ramon. Aranis and Radix are now just the 2 players left standing for Sinks.
Alright, James spotted the player sitting right there. Is he going to be greedy? Radic, I don't think he's going to pick because you know that he doesn't like QQ9.
Ooh.
And Radic, last player alive, will be lasered by that's from the Stadium, giving a 4th round to Aphelion in the Search and Destroy. Now heading towards round number 7, where there's a 2 rounds gap between both teams with a short lead coming from Aphelion, and Sinks might have to wake up and be more efficient on their defense, because if they be too greedy, Jim is going to punish them, but if they wait too much, that's going to give the enemies the occasion to the enemies to push forward and closer to these bomb sites.
Pretty much all of the members of Aphelion are huddled in one building or one area between the upstairs and the downstairs. I would like to see them spread their wings a little bit. Yeah, they sent 2 players over to near towards the B bomb site. And Jim is huddled together in the front line with that sniper in his hands. Be careful, my friend. You also have the bomb in your hand, so you don't want to be pushing too aggressively, especially on your own. The re-push is going to come on through as the members of Aphelion look to take control with a little bit of purpose. Ramon comes through. He's going to get a double kill along with the pals. Aphelion have been led into a trap, and now they're down to just 2 players.
Only Ghoul and Bot remaining in this 2v5. That was a great play from Mayhem. He didn't go for some follow-up kills after that. He got the double spray down. Now he's hiding behind and asks for some help from Radic. Agox got super low HP by that nade, but he's going to survive. Falling back into bottom blue, and they're all moving as a squad. As you can see, they're all 5 all together. That might be like sort of a rookie strategy for you, but that's actually pretty smart, because as soon as they get traded and get killed, the trade is going to be immediate coming from them. The bomb has been dropped towards A though, and I think the enemies have the infos about that. Napals has the line. iBot gets tucked by the wall. Ghoul will get the first snipe. Gets the wall babe! On Napals, but he's being pushed on mid.
No! Oh no, Gold! You had it great, but you didn't have to plant it straight away. You needed to secure the area first, or at least make sure, but... Oh man, it was a great double kill by Ghoul, but just too kind of panicky to try and plant the bomb. Man, you had time. You had time.
That was a nice try though from Ghoul, but yeah, that was unfortunate. 10 seconds remaining on the clock. That was hot for him. I think he forgot to prone, because if you prone there, there might be the occasion for him to plant that bomb.
Yeah.
The bomb as we speak is being down on A, and it's a 4v5. They need to hold it for 40 seconds, and being down 1 player is not going to be a good position for them to be in. But though, the crossfires are set up, they all have their lines. There's 1 player sitting by mid, and this player is Raymond sitting by the red car. They're making the wrong car explode. Oh, they finally get that one double frag being low HP, but Toby is pushing in. He's going to get traded by Raymond. Ghoul tries to get some more, but Uranus coming from the flank. Uranus always coming from behind. Remember this. Jim and Depths now in a 2v2, trying to get these kills done. He's getting low HP, and that's going to be Jim as the last player standing. Gets the first snipe.
Oh, Jim! Oh, Jim! No, Uranus! Uranus! Doesn't have the time, unfortunately. Doesn't have the time, but Uranus flanked in, really put the pressure onto Aphelion, and I would say that if it wasn't for a risky early bomb plant by Aphelion, they probably would have lost that, just based on how Uranus flanked around and made such a difference for his side.
Yeah, that was a good try actually, but he's been too slow on this kill. Napals will take another snipe straight up on Ghoul. That's a good occasion, but as a reminder, if Aphelion are taking this round number 9 for themselves, that's going to be wrapping up this series and bringing that to a 2-0 clean win for Aphelion. But we know the round is not over. They just won a round in the 4v5. They might be doing the same thing now. Jim trying to hold the line from boxes as he has been tagged. He's pushing on top. He's missing the first bullet. I don't know what is happening to Napaz, but he's not shooting well on my side. From my point of view, he was literally aiming at him. Saturn's pushed towards back alley. He's going to be able to heal himself up with his teammate holding the bomb That is going to be I-bot, and now they're rotating towards A, but Ramon always sitting there. Depths gets another kill done. He's being pushed again. Napaz with another pistol shot. Might be shot to double. No, he's getting super low HP. Escapes from that. Toby is throwing the trophy down, and that's it's going to be maybe the one going down if they don't take him away. They are now in a 3v2.
Oh man, it was unfortunate that Depths got taken out, because if he hadn't have, it would have been a lot better for Aphelion. I like the fact that the bomb is yet to be planted, but Saturn's going to get caught out by Nepal. Nepal has really been a big difference maker for Sinks in this game specifically. Really impressed with how he's playing so far.
Yeah, definitely. And now, as it's still 1 round away, a win that is 1 round away from Aphelion, but we do see Sinks starting to start off a comeback against the enemies. Ragox is going to snipe Saturn's down. He is so efficient on these. These nades are crazy.
Wow.
These snipes are crazy. They are incredible, and Sinks are showing off tonight that they deserve to be in this pro league, as we are saying and we were mentioning before. But now they're playing passively. The thing I appreciate about the fact that and about the way that Sinks are playing these rounds, they get the first pick, and they might be feeling, some people might be saying, okay, we get the pick, now we can push, it's an easy retake, easy trades and stuff. But no, they play super defensive. They are not greedy at all. They don't attack what they shouldn't, and they just hold their line, which is a great solution for them. He has the info. Oh, Ghoul will take the good snipe straight into Nutpals, being a bit too greedy. We were talking about their depths with the follow-up. Now in a 4v3, back in the favor of Aphelion. He's trying to get that span through the wall and almost could connect that on Uranus, but Uranus pushing towards Garden while the bomb went down. It's going to be a 4v3 with 40 seconds left.
Like, it kind of annoys me that none of these teams are going for a B bomb plant. Like, you know, I get it. It's not ideal, but it's just not that it's a little bit boring, but it's also like kind of predictable. Whereas if you throw out a B bomb plant the odd time, you are genuinely going to confuse your opponents. Whereas it's very linear across the board, and that's not just like one team. It's, you know, both of these teams. But at the end of the day, the kill is going to come on through. The point is going to come on through. The game is going to come on through. And the series is going to come on through for the side of Aphelion, wrapping things up very nicely. But again, it was not without a strong pushback and a strong fight by Sinks in this game.
They would have deserved to win that if they play more smartly. When they were on the D side, they were a bit too shy. And even, we talked about the fact that the Aphelion was super aggressive when they were on the CT side, but a bit less when it came to the T side. I was actually surprised seeing that the first 2 rounds of the T side, they played super passively at the bottom kitchen, top kitchen. They played in back alley, they played in back granny and bottom granny, holding these lines, waiting for the enemies to say, okay, maybe they're going to be aggressive to surprise us, but no, we'll be expecting them. Well, straight up, stable on our feet, and just, we're waiting for you, my guys. And that didn't happen. That unfortunately didn't happen. That worked well for Aphelion, taking this series to a clean 2-0. And you know what? I think that was actually a great series. Even if we've seen only 2 matches out of the entire BO3, the BO3 would have been too much because I couldn't have done any pronostics on these games just looking at the way that Aphelion and Sinks played together.
Yeah. I would say as well as Sinks played in the Search and Destroy game, I do think there was an element of near throwing for Aphelion because of how passive they played when they were the attacking side, in my opinion. A part of that is my gripe with not going for any kind of B bomb plant, not going for any kind of difference in strategy. I know, again, the map screams go for the A bomb plant, but when you play passive and you don't go for the unorthodox B-bomb plant, you know, that kind of leaves your opponents with such a simple, like, as in, if the team isn't going for the A-bomb plant, they're being passive. You know what I mean? So when you don't give more scenarios or play styles that your team can execute to your opponents, it's a lot easier for your opponents to read you. And when they can read you easier, it makes it easier for them to actually counter you or shut you down. And that's where I think Ophelia nearly threw in that regard. But at the end of the day, they still close it out, and job well done to them. I would like to see just a little bit more from them. Again, with a lot of games to go, I'm sure we'll see that.
We'll see some more content coming from Sings and some other content as well coming from Affiliate. But now we're going to move straight into a break because the next game is about to be crazy, guys. I think, according to me, that might be the greatest series for tonight. I think the closest, and if not, I'll enjoy it anyway because the next will be Team Elevate fighting against Banker Gold. We'll see you guys in a few minutes for some more action into Mobile Mayhem Season 4.
Pair of jeans, a shirt or two. We didn't pack as if we weren't going back. It doesn't matter if it's true. I've got a feeling love will give us what we lack. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. Yeah. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights. Tomorrow feels a year away, like the seconds, the beginning and the end. But if in time it's yesterday, your picture's gonna bring it home to me again. The world is waiting up. The world is waiting half a step beyond our door. And if it's not enough, I wanna see the stuff the world has got in store. I wanna take it all in, I'm falling. The cityscape by night, wanna catch in my photos. Where you go, every corner twice as bright. They'll be my treasures forever. When I can't hold you tight, I'll see the Stockholm lights. The Stockholm lights, the Stockholm lights.
eyes on my display. You say we need a change, and I feel that you mean it. You mean it. But you're so right, we're losing track of time, buying things online, and it's not like we need them. We don't need them. So can we just slow down? The only thing I'll do is lay here next to you. We need to slow down. Embrace the love we found. For you and I are safe and sound. And we just slow down. For you and I are safe and we were on the run, rocking around the clock. Now all we need is right here in front of us. In front of us. So can we just slow down? The only thing I'll do is lay here next to you. We need to slow down. Embrace the love we found. For you and I are safe and sound. Can we just slow down? And we just waste another day. I don't wanna play. You say we need a change, feel that you need it. But you're so right, we're losing track of time, buying things online, it's not like we need them. Safe and sound. Can I be your star tonight? You fill my soul with light the day we met. I don't wanna leave your side, no. Have me by your side when the sun sets. I hope you'll still want me, I hope you'll still need me a million years from now. The seasons are changing, the nights ever fading. It's time we left the ground. Let's leave for an eternity. Sail across the lights beyond the sky. I'll be with you eternally. Gotta throw your love and keep me high. Keep me high. Can I be your star tonight? You fill my soul with light the day we met. I don't wanna leave your side, no. Have me by your side when the sun sets. Let's leave for an eternity. We'll sail across the lights beyond the sky. I'll be with you eternally. I'm an addict for your love. It keeps me high, keeps me high.
say our best days pass us by, and most long for a place that they never find. I'm afraid I wake up when I die, and it is too late to climb any mountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over. I will be the greatest that you've ever seen before, and I'll stay eternal. Kinda lose my mind. I hope it's real. This life comes around. Just keep your faith and search for the fountain. Time is of the essence, the blood running through our core. It's best to not feel sorry when it's over. I will be the greatest that you've ever seen before. Eternal.
And we're back, everyone, for this final series of tonight's session. And now, as you've been seeing for about the past and the last few 15 minutes, we're heading straight into game number 4 and series number 4 between Team Elevate and Bank and Gold. Map rotations are going to be as easy as that. The first map will be Hardpoint on Acne Yard. The second one, Search and Destroy firing range. And if we get into a full BA3, the third map will be Domination or Scrapyard. But now, Imperium. We're focusing on these games. The game already started and they're all fighting for this first Hardpoint, aren't they?
And yeah, this is going to be a pretty damn good one indeed. We know Hackney Yard is a new map for these teams, so there is not as much familiarity in terms of what the strong areas are. There's a lot of building protection. It's a very clean cut map. The areas that are out in the open are kind of overall quite hard out in the open. So in my opinion, a good bit of team coordination is required across the board. Early part of the game is going over to the side of Bunker. Gold, though, to say the least. Last 15 seconds of this first hardpoint has at least been overtaken by the side of Team Elevate, formerly called House of Anubis. It may be a new team name, but let's see if they can bring some new fantastic games plays to the mix.
So far so good for Bank and Gold, as you were mentioning. We do see a great lead coming on their side for about actually 26 points. From the first hardpoint, having a nice lead like that is impressive, and we see them going in the same way now, keeping the streaks going, because Jazz destroying everyone now with the QQ9 is coming from the flank, but is going to be flanked himself by, and that was by Sammy trying to spray down. It's going to come from the side, taking Karma. There's another one sitting by the car. Dark Wizard sitting in the corner. Will be pushed as well. Gets some help from his teammate. And Marky gets a kill. The shock RC will connect straight into him, and Lucky will manage to get that frag. Things are going well, and oh, that is impressive job coming from Bank of Gold now, clearing the entire area every time and getting this under control. Yeah,
really good defense setup of the Hardpoint by Bunker Gold. As much as I gotta give credit to the side of Team Elevate for trying to breach on in there, with the time that it took, the points were just racking up for the side of Bunker Gold, just simply off the defense that they created. But now as this next hardpoint is spawning on up, we have seen an early control come on through for the side of Team Elevate, but will they be able to hold on to it? Karma, Lucky You, push on through lovely by Lucky You to take down Spy, and it stopped them from getting that hard point, and now that's allowing Bunker Gold to once again gain control of this hardpoint game, but not without it being traded up, being contested. They're trying to give as good as they're getting for the side of Team Elevate.
Yeah, Team Elevate are trying hard now. They really need to step in that game to get themselves ready, because the game is not over yet. It's not even started. If we talk about a point of view, we're seeing Yaya connecting a few bullets. Now the one playing the OBJ, but he needs to flank around. They really need to get their kills done. Karma sitting on top is going to be one of the bigger threat. They're trying to rotate. 4 seconds remaining before it switches and rotates to the next one. He's still going to be sitting on the... He is holding the position. He's going to be by bottom mid-house. It's going to be hard for them to retake that, as we do see Bunker Gold almost reaching the 100-point mark. And here we go. They managed to get that one. Marquis coming from the side as the annihilator out is going to be sniping with that pistol, but flanked by Karma straight away, taking the Predator skill down. That's sort of a mess on the side of Elevate. They're all moving and rushing one by one instead of moving as a group. And I think they might be noticing that, because they die a lot, and they could be avoiding that by just playing as a team more.
But that could be part of lack of practice on this map in some way, shape, or form. But it is also showing that at the end of the day, the adaptability of Bunker Gold off the back of an early controlling star from them, they've adapted to what the side of Team Elevate are trying to give back to them. It's just great teamwork by Bunker Gold. They're creating this, you know, metaphorical wall at times that just can't get pushed on through. It can't get broken at all by the side of Team Elevate. Maybe the bounce back will come through. May look a little bit bleak for the side of Team Elevate, but with it, the first to 250, we've seen crazier bounce backs in the side of, in this Call of Duty Mobile Mayhem tournaments.
Yeah, we've seen Karma trying to run out with these Tempests. It's been a long time since I've seen someone using it. But actually, that's incredible to see. I don't know about you, Priam. I think I might talk about this for a bit, but I love the fact that they're not allowed to use the same operator skill in the same team. Like, we do see a lot of different game style, and the fact that it's diversified is actually a good point for me, because I love diversity.
And also that it means that teamwork and communication is more important, because, you know, maybe connecting those together and, you know, synergizing them or one after another can, you know, really benefit your side controlling the game. So indeed, I love the change that has come on through. 171 points for the side of Bunker Gold as they look to make a strong start in this series and rack up game one in a dominating fashion. But with this current hardpoint being controlled by Elevate, although just as I say that, it gets countered, Team Elevate do still have a long way to go.
Yeah, they need to get themselves ready for these rotations now, because we do see the time remaining on the hardpoint is only 30 seconds. They are not far away from reaching the 100-point marks. But by the way it looks, the retake went well. They will be getting that thanks to this middle hill and rotating towards top mid, is that CD spawn? I think that is CD spawn. I think that's CD spawn. So top CD spawn. Correct me if I'm wrong, guys. I'll accept any sort of criticizing. I don't really know. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not familiar with that map at all. This is the first time that I'm casting an Arachniat match. And even if I actually love the way the map is created and designed, it might be super hard and super stressful for these teams to play on that. Well, they were used to play on other OG's map like Standoff, like Meltdown. No, not Meltdown. Like all the games. You guys know what I mean right there.
Is this a comeback from Team Elevate? Remember what I said, that they were nearly 100 behind? They got the majority of the last hardpoint. They currently hold on to the first half of this hardpoint. They've closed out that gap to just over 50 points. This is pretty good. Are Bunker Gold stepping back a bit? Are they presuming that it's going to be a little bit too easy? Or are the side of Team Elevate just playing a little bit stronger as a team?
That might be both of that. Actually, you might be totally right on both sides, because Elevate are just starting to move as a group. They are performant. They are just throwing everything they could on the hardpoint to avoid people camping on it and setting themselves up with all the utilities, trophy systems and stuff. Yeah, gets a double kill with the gravity spikes. He's gonna get straight up at Turu. But yeah, things are going well for the side of Elevate. They're controlling this hill, but we do have Turu coming from the side, spamming the Sparrow into this hill. Is going to be taking down a lot of players out of it, but now the side is left blank. Marquis pushing on top of the building, pulling out the only light. So you know there's an enemy by mid. I don't think he's going to get that timing, but oh, Marquis shoots him down. Gets one, gets two, and here we go. Marquis, El Pistolero de Elevate, will be taking some more, missing a lot of shots. Turu won't miss that opportunity to take him down, but we get straight in the end. And yeah, the comeback is real from Elevate, from a 100-point gap to a 20-point gap. That is impressive.
It really is impressive. For Bunker Gold, you need to look to adapt to this and respect what Team Elevate can do in this area. Look at EU, setting himself up pretty nicely. Last couple of seconds of this hard point is going to go down, and it is only 20 or so points in the favor of Bunker Gold. It's getting close to the finish as Jazz is going to look to shut down one of the players, but Lucky You gets a sweet double kill, going to get rid of that beautiful turret. Maybe look to try and take control of the hardpoint, but my God, Marky, he had a slow start to this game, but he's really been stepping up, although just as I say, they get shut down by Lucky. 220 for the side of Bunker Gold, and it is 200 and counting for Team Elevate.
Oh my God, yeah, he's doing such a great job on there as well. Sammy has been popping off, used the Predator Missile, taking one player down, and even if the fight is still happening everywhere on the map, they are trying to get these hardpoint at least to reach the enemy's core, which is a 221. Karma is pushing in, it's being contested, gets the follow-up straight into Marquis and the side back in under Bank Google's control. But now, they're rotating over the next hardpoint. They do have this burn sphere. It's going to be hard for Elevate because they are 16 points behind the enemy team, and they really need to work on this because now everything will be played on this hill. I can tell if Bank Google managed to take that one, it's going to be such a mess.
Jaja gets shut down. They're trading up in towards this area, but Lucky You's doing a great job. He's going to help shut down one of the Elevate players, and Lucky EU along with the rest of the team do have control of this hardpoint. Less than 10 points to go. This game has gone incredibly close, and I think this side of Bunker Gold realized the end is nigh. They have this game won. They had it close out, but by God, the Team Elevate bounced back incredibly hard, and it was just 20-30 points in the end. But unfortunately, Bunker Gold wins out game one.
They won the game one. Game one under Bank Google's control, as we'll be playing the second game, as we mentioned, on a Search and Destroy firing range. But now, looking at the way that Elevate managed to get that comeback done and almost reaching the 250 points first, I might believe that they woke up mid-game and now they're fully warmed up and ready to kick off the second game. That was a GG's to Bank Gold. I have to give that to that to them. That was actually an impressive work they did throughout the entire game. These trades were great. The fact that we're analyzing the game and the game style of the enemies pretty well coasted the enemy the round and the entire control of these hardpoints. The rotation were great, the spawn control were great as well. I don't have anything to say. It's that GG's and Elevate just are they're climbing the hill to get the king down and take the crown back to themselves. So no, I believe in them, I trust them, and I know that the Search and Destroy is going to be way more different than what we've seen during this Hardpoint.
Delving into kind of stats this game a little bit more, for the side of Bunker Gold, as much as they had a fantastic lead, which kind of did help perk up their early game stats, what kind of really stands out for me is that all their players are, when it came to how many times they died, literally only 2 deaths divide all 5 players. So 22, 20, actually, sorry, 3, 22, 21, 22, 24, 22. So what that allowed, and their scores don't always reflect that in the sense of Jazz and Lucky EU kind of stood out in terms of 5,700 a piece. But it's the fact that the rest of the players and all the players died less. It meant that in the time that they were alive, they were able to help and support the rest of the team of suppressing this side of Team Elevate. Whereas when you look on the side of Team Elevate, right, 21 deaths for Sammy, but then 28, 27, 29, and then 31. So it was just kind of, I think it's interesting to analyze and delve a little bit more into those stats that kind of tells a bit of a picture on why Bunker Gold was able to close out that game in the end.
Yeah, and now I've seen a roster change happening on the side of Elevate. They switch. Who was the other player sitting in? I can't remember the name of the other. There was Maxu that was playing, and now they are using Marvel. The sniping beast is going to be alive for the Search and Destroy. I'm pretty sure he's going to give a lot of help to his teammate. With that, they need a lot of snipes, even more in firing range, because basically the snipes, when you don't do a rush, these are the guys holding the lines. And the long range lines, so that's going to be impressive to see how the sniper can perform and how good can they perform in this map. But now, as you guys know, waiting for these screenshots to be over, to be done with, and then we can step into this game, because I'm excited about this one, but also I don't know if that's going to go until it be a 3, like a third map. Do you think that this game has a potential to bring us there, or do you see one team coming on top of the other, or what do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I do think Team Elevate can, come back and Search and Destroy. The variables, and kind of part of the reason why is because the variables is that it was Hardpoint Hackney, and although that shouldn't directly always be an excuse, because it is such a new map in the comp scene, it can be a little bit forgiving of not showing and not representing a team's full potential in Hardpoint, never mind, in the scope of a series. Plus, with Search and Destroy being overall a completely different game mode, that could favor Team Elevate just a little bit more. So, but, it's still open doors of who's going to come out on top. We'll definitely have to wait and see. But then the way Bunker Gold did control that first game, and it also puts them in a strong light for Search and Destroy.
Yeah. I can't. Do you see how the statistics and how the play performed in front of you, or did you switch to the other scene, to the screen? I can't really remember how good they were. How good they played.
I did. I was doing my best to kind of see, how both teams were playing across the board. There was just those setup of the hardpoint defenses for Bunker Gold that helped them in so many ways, because the way Hackney Yard is, in my eyes, is that because it's so straightforward in terms of, like I said, when in between the hard points, in between those areas, it's kind of flat terrain where, there's a couple of containers you can play around, but the breaching points are a little bit more isolated, and you can kind of see your opponent coming from further away. So when you set up a strong defense, it's so much easier to protect, and it's also so much harder for you to breach it. You know what I mean? So I think that's where Bunker Gold recognized that early on, and they took advantage of that. And as soon as, again, fair play to the adaptability of Team Elevate, as soon as they did realize that, they did play differently, and the score spoke for itself of how close they did get. But at the end of the day, it just wasn't enough, and Bunker Gold closed it out in the end.
Yeah, and if we take a look at how the players performed, we've had Jazz basically destroying, being the MVP on the side of Bank of Gold, Sammy on the other side with 31 kills, Jazz with 33, and then we had Lucky with 36. Lucky, I've seen him a lot. I've seen his name a lot in the kill feed, just destroying everyone, getting these double sprays down, clearing the entire areas, and Hardpoint. The thing I have to say is that CZ Spy, we were used to some other performances from you, my dude, and I'm pretty sure you just had a rough time on that Neon. I'm pretty sure you're gonna show your best and give your best for the social short firing range. I have a full 100% trust in you and your performances. And on the other side, Dark Wizard was the last player on the side of Banker Gold, but with 19 kills, doing almost 1 KD, that means he did a decent job. He got 1 kill, 1 death, 1 kill, 1 death, almost that. So yeah, I pretty much enjoyed that. The performances were great. Only a 32 rounds lead, 32 points lead, sorry, coming from the side of Banker Gold. That was almost a great comeback coming from Elevate. But the thing is,
yeah,
that's a respawn mode. And as we'll be moving into a spawn, like a 1 life mode, which is Search and Destroy, that'll be even more interesting from my point of view.
Yeah, it will be for sure. I didn't want to, highlight a specific player in a negative light, to be fair. But I did notice what you mentioned about Spy. For me, I was like, okay, I kind of want to give them a benefit of the doubt because of the map. But for sure, we are used to seeing a bit more from Spy, so I'm hoping that he, bounces back from it, because if you do have a bad game, it genuinely can hurt your mentality going into the next game, because not only do you feel like you've let yourself down, you can feel like you've let your team down, and that's where, as a team, it's always important to kind of rally together, and if you recognize that certain players had a bit of a rough game, you don't berate them, so to speak. Just go, hey, all good. These things happen. Forget about it. Let's get ready for the next game. So I think if they do pull off that kind of thing, I think it's if they do have that mentality as a team and they're able to provide a backup, a player like Spy that has a bad game will show up quite strongly in the next one.
Yeah, now it seems like everything is going to be ready for that game. We're just waiting to see how it's gonna go. Let's see now. We do have a host being disconnected because of issues, so we might be getting him back in, and then everything will be ready to go. I think everything is gonna be ready to go pretty soon. Don't worry, guys. That's gonna be fun. That's gonna be hell of a fun night, and a fun way to end the stream. If that ends in the 2-0, that will be even as great if we see a BO3. I wouldn't mind. Both way of finishing the stream will be great, in my opinion. But now, they need to get Pearl back. Pearl, join back, my dude. Let's go. We need you.
To be fair, we haven't had a best of 3. Every series has been a 2-0 series. So one way or another. So it's definitely good. We're going to be getting into this game. Search and Destroy, baby. Let's see what can happen in firing range. What I love about this map, by the way, what I do love about this map, and it's probably my favorite Search and Destroy map, is that both bomb sites are accessible and workable, so you're able to, diversify your strategy, and that's what I really love about this map.
Yeah, that's true. I totally share your point of view there. And the thing is, Marvel hits the first night. Oh, he almost had a triple. That was a triple lineup that he has. He just had basically a triple lineup, but he messed that one up. That was so unlucky. Mikey will take Lucky down with that snipe.
Wow.
Mikey is trying to get those other flank, but the Elevate team is waking up in this game. I told you, you have to be worried about them. They got angry, you pissed them off, and now they're just flanking and spanking back. 1-0 for Team Elevate, already into the search and destroy as we're moving into round number 2.
And I do like that bunker goal. We're going for a direct B bomb plant, to be fair, and I can respect that. I think there's just a little bit of, they weren't expecting Team Elevate to go for a full B bomb defense. So that's sometimes what can happen. They're obviously playing a bit more passive now. It hasn't helped that Lucky EU is popping off, getting a kill onto Marvel. Traded nicely by Marky, to be fair, taking down Lucky EU. But with them down to 4 players and yet to commit towards a specific bomb site, Bunker Gold are possibly rattled even after one game. You know, seems like it.
They're trying at least, they're giving their best. Committing into A along now. They have the lane. They know 2 players are sitting by the barrel. Let's take a look how they play. They're throwing smoke, throwing utilities to avoid them from pushing too hard. But they know that it's not gonna scare Elevate from getting into these bomb sites. Churu is gonna be watching the flank. Jazz manages to get another frag done by the barrels. Yeah, is gonna fall down to that spray, making it 4v3 with the bomb being planted and 43 seconds remaining on the clock to play with for Team Elevate. There's Jazz gonna be sitting by the egg glitch. If you look at the mini-map, 2 players are by the trailer and the other one by the barrel. For that retake is gonna be hard for them, but Marquis is holding the line, so he knows that the player will be taken out from the egg glitch, and that would be a great occasion for them to push out of trailer.
It's a bit risky that Jazz is still kind of behind it after planting a bomb. It's a nice clean kill for Marky. He gets a double onto Karma. And the Spy is going to full on through, take down Toru. But at the end of the day, the bomb is going to be defused. And again, I think that was off the back of Jazz's mistake of after planting the bomb, not moving away. He had time to move away. I like the bomb plan, but you don't have much protection on A side after you plant it, so he should have backed off. And credit to the side of Elevate there, digging their heels in, and they started off very strongly.
Yeah, 2-0 now for Elevate. They're waking up, they're popping hard. And when I was looking at Mikey, was like, okay, he got 1, he got 2, he's gonna get the quad. Basically, he's gonna get the 2 other one. But
yeah,
his teammate managed to get that kill. Done. The bomb went on A pretty easily and pretty quickly in the round. Only 20 seconds had been done and completed in the round that the bomb went down. And now it's 35 seconds left already in a 5v3 in the favor of Elevate for that retake. They're all pushing towards trailer. He's being double picked. Yeah, sitting by mid. Spy. Maybe, he's gonna fall down to that spray. Yeah, is the next player to push in, but Jazz pushed in and pushed out on the timing. That's gonna leave Black Wizard in a 1v3, making a 1v2.
Oh, go on.
He's missing the jump shot. Black Wizard is choking this. Oh, he almost got, yeah, but that was a nice try from Black Wizard, giving a 3rd round in a row for Team Elevate. And what an impressive way to start off the Search and Destroy.
Like, Bunker Gold are their theory is right, but the execution is just not working out. Like, they're getting picked off one by one, to be fair. Very strong Team Elevate towards this area. They're going for the A bomb plant again, and I think that's a bit predictable considering they're down 3 points. I know the first round didn't work in their favor on the B bomb plant, but, you know, don't be afraid to try it again. Karma takes in Spy to a little bit of a better start, but with Jazz going down, it's going to be 3 against 3 between these 2 teams.
Yeah, and I'm really keeping an eye on Marky because he's impressively good tonight with these games. He sees 2 players in front of him, gonna take Karma down below. He's seen by the gate glitch, he's gonna be deadly. Sammy coming from long will flank him, giving a 4th round to the Aphelion roster. And now the thing is, it's gonna be hard for them to come back from this. They're not even on the side when they decide where to go. They're not on the T side, they're on the CT one. And they're destroying the enemy team like it was nothing, like it was ranked. And that's not fair at all, even if the work they're putting in together is impressive. We might see a B push coming from Bankugal now, and that has to be handled by Spy and Marvel.
But at this stage, is it too late? Right? Is it too predictable because their backs are against the wall? I know, either way, we'll have to wait and see. Marvel's going to get shut down, but Tor and Dark Wizard also goes down. Spy picking things up off the back of a bad game one. He's on 5 kills so far. Jazz shuts down. Yeah. It's 3 against 3. The good thing for the side of Bunker Gold is that they do have the bomb in their hands. Sammy picks himself up, takes down Jazz, but now it's Marky all on his lonesome. Karma has a bomb.
Yeah,
Are they going to go for the B bomb plant, or are they going to switch to the A?
Sorry about interrupting you. Yeah, Marky is just holding the line with the sniper. Lucky will find him, finally giving a first round to Bank Gold. They're now switching side, going straight into the CT, and that's going to be the aggressive play side, jumping and kicking off these round number 6 of the Search and Destroy.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at how Feeling are going to be playing. No, our Team Elevates are going to be playing that one. Will they be playing passive? They're holding some lines towards mid, towards woods as well. They're not playing aggressive at all, contrary to what I was thinking. They're just playing that safe and trying to get at first a pick, then they can come into a bomb site.
And considering how well they traded when they were defending, when I say traded, I mean like just single-handedly kind of out fragging Bunker Gold when they were defending side. Yeah, I can see why they don't need to play aggressively right now, where they can play a little bit more calculatively, go for that kind of early or mid bomb plant, even if it's 5v5, and then defend extremely well. Dark Wizard had a tiny bit of a connection issue, but it has reconnected. A bomb being planted. Dark Wizard turns in. It's going to get a kill on to one of the players of Elevate, but it is going to be clapped back quite nicely. Clean 4v4 with the bomb planted. Lucky you takes in Sammy straight up. Jazz is also going to fire on Suit, and it is a bit of a better start for Bunker Gold.
Yeah, needs to get this kill done. And Jazz finally gets him. The last player sitting on top of Woods will be pushing his teammate, but Yaya is not gonna push for and to help Marquis. He's just gonna leave it to his death. But now he's gonna flank. He knows the round is over. He wants to get that frag. Marquis is gonna knife him away, giving a 5th round to Team Elevate. And by the way, it looks so far, it might be going straight into round number 3 period.
Wow. It's rare I kind of highlight a player in a negative way, but Toru? What's that, man? 0 kills? You know, man. Again, I talked about the mentality of the team and being able to help a team come back. This Karma's gonna get a lovely double kill, but Toru, you really need to be able to step things up, my friend. You really need to be able to step things up.
Yeah, I know he's not having a great game at all. He usually plays better than this. That's unfortunate because oh my god! What was that? That was a wallbang, random wallbang headshot on top of Woods.
Baby.
That was incredible. Dark Wizard, we'll have to replay this. We'll really have to replay this.
Oh man.
I loved it. I loved every single part of that shot, Dark Wizard. But yes, as I was saying, to be fair to Turu, they're stealing every kills on the side of Bank Gold. They're stealing every single one of their kills. Now, let's take a look at what he's going to do. He knew he picked something by the B bomb site behind the green car. Marvel is trying to pick that line by mid. Lucky is trying to flank back. It's even harder for both of them because now they know there's a lot of pressure. Even more for Bank Gold because if they lose that. Yeah, Lucky, according to me, this shot was on. That was for you as well. Spectator glitch, but Lucky almost got that frag.
I was just a hair too late. Be the difference maker. You gotta get those shots on point, my friend. Past the start, it seems like they're going towards that B bomb plant, though. At the end of the day, it's going to be spot out. Toru does indeed get his first kill, but does get taken out straight away. 4 against 4 is Lucky you takes out Marky. There's a little bit better spy. It's going to be put down to very low health, but he's going to be able to survive around the corner and eke himself back up to full health.
Oh, Sammy's burning behind the box, and that naked Fugu from Karma could actually evade him, but no. He's going to choke that. He's been spotted. Sammy is going for the continuous spray of the chopper, just trying to avoid him from pushing.
Lovely.
Kama will take him though. That's not going to be over for Bank Gold so far. Spy pushing Bumbakali. That's gonna leave Lucky, the sniper, alive. He's holding the line by the seat truck, but I think you need to push in for a bit, my dude, as Karma is always stepping in, trying to get that pre-fire done correctly, but no. He gets the
They have
pre-fire.
to join together. Why are they
Yeah.
on the pretty much the opposite sides of each other? You got to look to push together. Time's ticking down. You got 30 seconds, Karma and Lucky. Make a bit of a play. Come on. Lucky, pushing forward, create a bit of distraction, but no, it's Spy that gets a kill on the Karma, and now Lucky, he's on his own, 1 against 2, 18 seconds to go. He needs to make a bit of a move. He needs to pull out a little bit of flair as he's looking on. He's playing around the corner, looking for Spy. Sniper isn't working in his favor. He's gonna be down to low health, and Spy climbs on through and gets the final point for his side. The final point needed for this series to be evened up 1-1, and we're going to a game 3 flow.
We're going to game 3, Imperium, and that will be the game that will end the entire stream for day 1 from the Mobile Mayhem Season 2 2021 Winter Cup. Then the next game is going to be ending our streaming session.
Okay, I thought you were like, what?
No, I'm not leaving now. Like,
yeah.
mid-game, imagine leaving.
Okay. Okay, I was like, flow. But, hey, remember what I said? Remember what I said about Spy? He's the MVP in that game.
Mm-hmm.
The MVP. And that's really good. It's great to see that him as a player and them as a team can bounce back in a strong way to help that individual player and, of course, help each other. Because when you help your teammate to bounce back, you help your team to bounce back. You know, there's no I in team. It's full on. It is always about working together in a strong fashion. And I hope that we kind of see the same with Toru bouncing back in game 3 and having a much better domination round. We'll, of course, have to wait and see. But again, couldn't have asked for a better game from Team Elevate. They brushed Bunker Gold aside round by round, pretty much.
Yeah. Now, Spy is the MVP. That is actually true. We're just, as always, morning routine for a Mobile Mayhem Season 4. Waiting for the screenshots, and then we'll be ready to kick this off with the final game. And I think, actually, the final game will be played. We were talking about this a bit before. The final game, oh yeah, it has been switched because of the fact that's going to be played on Domination Summit. And Summit Domination, I haven't seen that a lot in streams. We always see Hardpoint on Summit, not a lot of Dom. And that's going to be interesting to watch these players play on that, because this is not something we're used to, as we were mentioning. This is a different playstyle,
Yeah.
and I really love these sort of content changing over and over and over.
But the map is quite a tricky map as well to maneuver around. There's a lot of there's a lot of elevated areas that you can kind of play around as a player. I don't think it's the most favorable for snipers. Maybe I'm wrong, but give or take, I don't think it's, or at least for having any more than one, in my opinion. I think it's a kind of map that if you can really take control of in domination, like really take control of, you can be rewarded a lot more heavily compared to other maps. Again, I could be wrong. But, you know, we'll have to wait and see. When you take into account a hardpoint game, in theory, you got to give it to Bunker Gold, but you got to recognize, right, not only how Team Elevate bounced back in a stronger way on hardpoint towards the end, but also how dominating they looked in Search and Destroy. So, you know, for that, Team Elevate, the former House of Anubis, yeah, I could see them take it.
Yeah, I could see them take that too, but that it's back to 1-1. Banky Gold managed to get that first win. Elevate. We told you guys, Elevate woke up mid-game, and now they were just on top, and we've seen that throughout the entire Search and Destroy game, and now as we're heading into the respawn mode that has been basically won by Banky Gold. The statistics might be in the favor of BK Gold, but actually, by the way it looked and by the mental strength from both teams, I might go for Team Elevate on that one, just because of what we've seen so
Okay,
far. Even
fair.
if I do think that the French baguette is going to be maybe wrong, that's a possible way to end it.
Oh man, fair enough. Man. You know what? I'm not gonna pick a team because I think both teams are pretty well balanced, and I can see both teams winning. Even like I don't even really see a team running away with it. I can see it being traded quite heavily back and forth between the B side. You know, of course, time will tell. But that's genuinely what I see. We are going to be getting into it pretty soon.
Mm-hmm.
The player that, of course, that does worry me the most is Toru. Because of, he got 1 kill in Search and Destroy, and yeah, it's not a very high kill game mode for these players, but up until I think like the second last round, he didn't have any kills at all. So that worries me a bit. All
Right. Yeah, no, I know Toru is going to wake up now. He knows that there's a bit of pressure on his shoulders because he hasn't been performing as good as he was supposed to. That was actually only during the Search and Destroy because in the other game that they played on this Acne on Hardpoint, Toru was actually doing great with 25 frags. He was the 3rd guy and the 3rd killer on his team. So he basically did great, but now we need to see how they perform in these domination. On Summit is going to be hell of a different playstyle and game mode, so they will try and have to adapt themselves as soon as possible. The thing is, on Summit, according to me, they will be focusing more on controlling the top mid area than anything else. If they have control of a top mid, that might be a game over for them. And usually what they do is get them into a spawn trap on both sides, or try to deny C. Yeah, they really need this top mid control.
Yeah, definitely. Couldn't agree with you better. I'm just, this is the last game of the evening. Last game of this series. I really want to see both teams go out and give it their absolute best. 110%. I want nothing less, boys and girls. I know you guys do that anyway for yourselves, for your teams, but do it for me. Do it for me and Flo. Create some magic out there in the final game of the day. Melt the ice caps of Summit as you fire your way through on these domination points. As I be all dramatic.
Let's go. We're moving into the game now. As you were requiring this, and you were asking for that final game of the series between Team Elevate and Banker Gold, and even the final game of tonight's streaming session. So hope you guys will enjoy that tasty content that these players will bring you. We're just going to be taking a look at how they play. You know what? I'm interested in how both teams are going to be moving forwards, and if they're going to push C. Usually you see them pushing on top of B and taking them down off the Charlie flag, but now it seems like no one is capturing C. They're just going for that B flag. Yaya will find his first victim. Almost a follow-up in Karma. We will not connect these bullets. And now as B is being captured by Banky Gold, C is being capped as well. Marky and Sammy are making it work on top, but that's the trade happening.
Wait. But why? I know it's only like 4 points, but why did it take so long for Bunker Gold to capture their C point? I don't get why it took so long. Like, I know they were looking to try and, maybe get a bit of an early B cap, but in my opinion, that was really bad. And they're trading right now. A side captured by Bunker Black, but in this time, Team Elevate had captured B, they captured C, and man, Bunker Gold, what are you doing, guys?
No, the thing from Banker Gold, the strategy was actually smart because they knew that the top mid control is super important, so they decided to rush all out mid so they can control everything, maybe get the flank, all the spawn traps, set it up. But the problem is, when I checked on the minimap, there was one player that was being AFK for the beginning, and that was a sort of a bad timing from him because maybe he was the one supposed to go on C. and this guy was an AFK guy. The sentry gun is
okay,
mid, is
okay.
doing a lot of damages. I think that's Sammy's sentry gun, and yes, he has to be.
Yeah.
He's doing a lot of stuff right there in mid that are super powerful as they're already pushing straight into A and going for that triple cap already into these finals.
Oh, wow. Wow, great job by Lucky EU. Spies are also going to come in and get a lovely double kill. Great shutdown with that turret from Lucky EU. And it's 40-21. It's an early solid lead for the side of Team Elevate.
This is. I can't say it any better. This is actually a really great lead coming from Elevate. They lost the first round. Now they're bloodthirsty. They really want to get these game over and to annihilate the enemies, and that what they're trying to do. At least so far, so good for them. Marvel would escape with a beat of HP left, basically 1 HP left. Spy. Why did I? Spy 50 or 11 kills.
Yeah, he's now just being shut down, so I did caster curse him, but before that he was really controlling that balcony area incredibly well, getting kill after kill. Marky now gonna come on through, he's gonna get a kill of his own, yeah, with the double, and just a shutdown. The Bunker Gold shutdown is going incredibly strongly in the favor of Team Elevate, and you know, I would say that kind of, to me, I'm not, you know, I very rarely toot my own horn, but I do think it's representative of what I touched upon with this map, where if you really control the point in this map, you can really control this map, and I think that's exactly what Team Elevate are doing.
Yeah, Elevate are just rotating around. Basically, they're trying to go for the spawn trap we were mentioning before, because we see them being super aggressive into the enemy spawns.
Yeah.
Marky is sitting on the A flag while C is being captured, and that's going to be a triple cap to end this round. I think is going to be going pretty fast for these points. Only 10 points away from taking it to 1. Oh, Lucky EU with a double follow-up, and Lucky is actually impressive tonight. Almost get.
Oh, Marky!
Marky, dude.
Marky! Oh, Marky! Oh, Marky with the pistol! Oh, Lord, sweet Mary, Mother of Jesus. And if there's ever a representation of how good Team Elevate performed in that first half, it was Marky with the last 3 pistol kills for himself. 100-42. Bunker Gold, you're gonna have to start digging deep to find that gold, to find that magic that makes you guys. You can't get phased up. You gotta use this reset to do something with them. But Sammy, Sammy with the double kill, making it triple. By God, won't somebody think of the children? Just somebody think of the children of Call of Duty Mobile, because Team Elevate, they just don't stop rocking.
Sammy, this isn't legal. You just did something that might be taking you to jail in France, alright? Just for you to know. This is not cool what you're doing to these enemies. And he keeps on dying, keeps on killing, keeps on spraying. This guy's unstoppable tonight, Imperium. These guys basically unstoppable. 18 kills for Sammy and Yaya. Are you having a stroke or a seizure or what? Should I call 911?
Man, I'm you know, I just... God damn it, like,
he's gonna get
just it's so good. And another one, in the words of Khaled, and another one, and another one, and another one. It's just, it just doesn't stop, and he's been very well supported by his team. I will remark that Spy's on 24 kills, and only now Lucky EU comes in to shut down a couple of the players of Team Elevate. But at the end of the day, at the end of the goddamn day, the damage is done. The damage is done. I really cannot see Bunker Gold coming back from this one. I just cannot. I don't know if you can.
I want to support both teams, but yeah, actually looking at the way that Elevate were playing, I was scared from Bunker Gold about how strong they were in the last game, and but they still will be for that one. And yes, this is literally showing us off how good Elevate are, and you have to be scared, guys. Teams are from Mobile Mayhem. Be scared about Team Elevate. These guys are so powerful you can't even imagine. And Bunker Gold will need a triple cap for a hell of a long time to get this win, but the B flag has just been denied, an inch away from being captured. And pushing here, Jazz almost got that kill, but no, he was going to die there. They're going for a triple cap, but that's going to be over. I can smell the end of that game.
Yeah. This is Bunker Gold, looking like a piece of bronze in this game specifically, and there's not really much more to say, to be honest. All we can do is just really sit back and admire how well Team Elevate have played in this domination game. Spy on 27 kills, Sammy on 30, Yaya on 23. Like, even Marvel, who's only got 13 kills, is still stepping up and getting more compared to the most of Bunker Gold. Just so good.
Yeah, the job they're putting up together is actually impressive. And Elevate will end this game with a long triple cap. It seems like it's never ending. And here we go. Team Elevate making this 2-1 against Bank and Gold. They lost the first game, got and collect themselves, and then managed to get 2 wins and 2 maps in a row for them. Really great work coming from Team Elevate. And I have to say, GG's to Bank and Gold, because even if the 2 last game were great, they were not that good for them. The first one was actually impressive, and that gives a bit of taste of what they can propose us for the rest of the Mobile Mayhem League.
And I will say, fair play to Toru. By no means he wasn't amazing for his side, but he did get 11 kills, and the same as the majority of his team. But at the end of the day, the whole team was flat. They didn't find a way back in. There was no mix-up. They played at times very alone, and they weren't, as communicative in my eyes as they should have been. Again, I would like to think I was right in my analysis of the map, that once you do gain control of the map, it's quite hard to really kind of lose it. But for Team Elevate, they just really kept on piling the pressure. Like, they could have settled for double caps a lot of the time. But the fact that time and time again they got a triple cap, it just shows that they just weren't constantly putting it on. They were constantly pushing Bunker Gold down a peg, down a peg, down a peg. And the domination from Team Elevate, that leaves me very impressed leading into future days of the Mobile Mayhem Winter 2021 League.
To sum it up all, we've had some great games tonight, even if we've missed a bit of the Kings versus Iconic one.
Fair.
And we have to give you guys some updates about the game that happened off stream, because we've had 2 going on actually. One was let me check this out. The one between Alpenfestung and BK Black, and the other one between White Dragons White and Ancient. So, Alpenfestung took the win 2-0 against Banker Black, and White Dragons White managed to get the 2-0 win against Ancient. I think, if we talk about these qualified team 3 that went through the qualifiers, so far, there's only Sinks that managed to win against a pro team that has been playing in the last seasons. Like, Sinks won against, that was Aphelion. No! Wait, Sinks didn't even win against Aphelion.
No.
No, so no,
No,
I'm sorry, no teams from qualifiers managed to win. They were all close matches. We all appreciated that, but that was actually a crazy thing. You know what? Let's jump straight into the results scene now. We need to show you guys what's going on right there. So, results for tonight. For the first map, that was a 2-0 for White Dragons White. Singularity took the 2-0 against 08. Iconic won. They had to rematch the thing because there were some issues coming from both sides, so they had to do a rematch off stream, or the third game off stream, and Iconic took the win 2-1 against Iconic. Aphelion versus Sinks 2-0. Alpenfestung versus BK Black 2-0. And these match that we've just seen, Elevate versus Banker Gold, making it 2-1 for Team Elevate. If we take a look at the standings for both divisions now, Division 1 is going to be led by Aphelion and White Dragons White with 20 points each, and then all of the rest at 0, which are Kings, Banker Black, Banker Gold, and Sinks. And for Division 2, almost the same stuff. Singularity and Infesting taking the lead with 20 points. Team Elevate and Iconic and the number 2 equal spot for 10 points, and then GR and Ancient Esport at the bottom of the bracket with 0 points so far, but it's only day one. There's still a long way to go for both and for all these teams. I hope you guys all enjoyed that tonight. What about you, Imperium? Do you, after that all, do you have a favorite match that we've seen tonight? What's your favorite match?
It still has to be Aphelion versus Sync. Overall, I do appreciate the fact that, to be fair to Elevate and Bunker Gold, it was the only on-stream third game that we did see. So that was exciting in itself, but it was not dampened, but you know, it was the fact that Team Elevate looked so devastatingly dominant. It kind of took away from maybe the shine of the game 3. That isn't, you know, anything against either side. So yeah, Aphelion versus Sync, it was definitely for me the match of the day, the series of the day that I would recommend checking out, because the scoreboard kind of doesn't represent how good Sync played in the 2 games, you know, and that's amazing for me to see, because it, you know, like you said, there's so many more days to go, there's so many more games to go. This is a marathon, not a sprint, so it's important that every single team, you know, looks to evolve, build on it, train, research, VOD review, do what you guys need to do to come into the next week's games, the week after, with a better game plan.
Yeah, I actually enjoyed tonight's games. Even if we had a bit of trouble during the cat, everything was fixed. The mentality and the motivation was back there, and we had a lot of fun casting these games. I hope you guys had at least as much fun as we did. If you guys did, please make sure to follow Mobile Mayhems on the social media, so we'll be aware of every game that are going on, every further information about and any updates about the stream. You have our Twitter ads on just above us on the overlay, so make sure to check us out on Twitter, every social medias as well. Drop a follow to this Trevor channel so you won't miss any other plays and casts from Mobile Mayhem. And I think we're going to wrap this up. Imperium and Flosco on the mic, and it's over for us now. See you, everyone.
Every